Where have I been? Where were you when I needed you? I was knocked out, taken to Zoldrak of all places, then I was nearly killed by some psychotic child murderer in my dreams, and I had to walk all the way back here because my Hearthstone was gone, and... What the hell is that smell? Loki, what have you been doing while I was away? So you did it on my bed? Come here. We need to talk about personal space.
The following has been brought to you by the Game Genie.
Oh, good day, everyone. Today I bring good news to all you gamers out there. Those of you who have ever played or heard of Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Stage will now be able to play the third installment of this epic series, Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Coming to you just in time for this holiday season, this game has everything to be desired for an RPG. It has amazing gameplay, a fun battle system, cool characters, an immense world, state-of-the-art graphics, pretty wolf girls, villains who look cool as they sound cool, and much, much more. Just ask these players who played the game firsthand.
This game is worth playing.
You should definitely give this one a shot.
This game is sweet. You should totally buy it.
What? Why are you playing it?
Wait, I don't think I've ever played Golden Sun.
This game's sweet. You should totally buy it.
Yes, sir. We guarantee it'll bring you nothing but joy. And if you pre-order now by November 29th, we'll also throw in this free player's guide. Because without it, you're a loser. So what are you waiting for? Order now!
This has been a paid message by the Game Genie. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Right. That takes care of you. Now then, what was I doing again? Alright, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I almost forgot about you. Anyway, this movie happens to star everyone's favorite comedian, Jim Carrey, who also starred in films done by the director of this film, Tom Sadek, who only has a few good films like Nutty Professor and Liar Liar. Though this film was successful given how awesome the title character was. And why not? It's Jim freaking Carrey! He makes any film he's in seemingly better. Yes, even that one. But does it still hold up even today? Well, it's been forever since I saw this film, so let's give it a shot. Later! So the movie begins with our title character, Ace, played by you-know-who, as he takes up a part-time job while deliberately destroying the package he's delivering. Well, at least that's one more job open in this jobless economy.
HDS, sir, and how are you this afternoon? Alrighty then. I have a package for you. If you'll just sign here, here, and here. Do you mind if I pet him?
Ooh, boo. Ooh, boo boo doo doo. Zoo boo boo.
Awkward.
It's fine, sir. I can finish the rest.
Because when you order from HDS, your personal information is already stolen. And wow, did he really just steal the dog? I know he's a pet detective, but does that really give him the right to take every animal he sees?
There you go.
And what's with his car? What is it, environmentally friendly too? Naturally, the grumpy man isn't too keen on having his dog stolen, so Ace hijacks it out of there. Jeez, this guy's more nuttier than Marvin Mange. We soon see that the dog really belongs to a rather attractive lady played by Rebecca Ferrati, who shows us exactly why she was in Playboy.
Whoa, jeez. Oh, Pete! We're real friendly around here.
Now that we established the main character, let's establish the plot. As we cut to the Joe Robbie Stadium where some suspicious men attempt to abduct the mascot of the Miami Dolphins, Snowflake the Dolphin. Here's a fun fact. The Miami Dolphins actually did have a dolphin mascot during the 60s, but had to remove it to save costs. Guess what its name was? Oh, we're cutting away from the plot already? We see that Ace lives inside an apartment building and is always behind on rent, and the landlord isn't too happy with his constant animal hoarding. So he says,
Go ahead. Snoop around. Just don't let me catch you with an animal in here, that's all.
ew, toilet.
Come to me, jungle friends.
Lord bless thee, thy name is Noah. We cut back to the plot as we get the owner of the team, Mr. Riddle, complaining about Snowflake's disappearance.
It's not a fish, it's a mammal.
I don't give a good goddamn about that fish. Fillet it and fast food it if you want to.
Well, no wonder they had to cut back on Flipper. Apparently it's a bad thing that Snowflake is gone, as like in the days of high school, they would need their animal mascot as it brings good luck. Hence why rival teams always steal them. So this causes Roger and Melissa, the latter of which is played by Courtney Cox, needing to find a way to locate the dolphin before Super Bowl, or else they're fired. Help comes in the form of an attendant.
I lost my cuddles. I hired a pet detective. Thanks, Martha, but we better leave this to professionals. Well, actually, he was quite good. Pet detection is a very involved, highly scientific process.
Yeah, scientific my ass. So Ace gets hired on by Melissa to see if he can locate the missing Snowflake. Now, just watch him. He has to make everything seem so dramatic.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Captain's log, stardate 23.9, rounded off to the nearest decimal point.
Damn it, Ace. I just got him out of my head. Don't you bring him back. Ah! Hey, I know you're trying to be funny, but quit bugging the camera. You're not earnest. Ooh, I can make a good fortune off this. So rather than show the gem to Roger or Melissa, he decides to take it to the police. Though given how everyone is with him, I would think that would be the last thing to do.
Ventura, make any good collars lately?
Or were they leashes?
Very funny. By the way, you still trying to find the two mice who kidnapped that little child? I thought so. Though apparently he has one person he can talk to, and that's Emilio, played by... oh my.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
God, this is not the time, Mace. If Einhorn come down here and see me talking to you or your ass, I'm history.
Hi, Tone Loc. Fancy seeing you in one of my reviews. He tells him what the others wanted to know and that there's nothing turning up with the activist groups. And then we're introduced to Lieutenant Lois Einhorn, played by Sheen Young.
What the hell is he doing here?
Listen, pet dick. How would you like me to make your life a living hell?
Well, I'm not really ready for a relationship, Lois.
And now he's attending a concert by Cannibal Corpse? What does this have to do with anything? Other than knowing they just belched your lyrics. Oh, apparently one of his PETA friends are here. Great. Anyway, Woodstock, as he's called, helps Ace by tracking a man named Ronald Camp, who was apparently the last person to use marine equipment, and is also holding a party. So he gets Melissa to accompany him as he investigates the mansion for any signs of Snowflake. Oh yeah, Mission Impossible, of course. Screw it, let's just skip to the part where he gets eaten by a shark.
Snowflake, I've got a little snack for you.
Unfortunately, he lived. But that's not enough to put him down, as Ace decides to follow up on his Amberstone discovery by looking for players with rings, as the one without an Amberstone will be the culprit. I would say he should have done this first, but trying to investigate someone through their equipment is pretty smart. Cue the montage!
Hey, loser! Why don't you learn how to drive?
fine. Now no more banging your maid in my house. So after somehow tracking every single player from the 1984 team, he sees that everyone is clean. So he takes out his frustration the only way he can.
He is miserable.
What are you talking about?
He's just very unhappy. I feel sorry for him. Bad diet, isolated environment.
You know what, you're just mad because your stupid little pebble theory didn't work out.
Yeah, and you're ugly.
Faced.
To make matters worse, it seems Roger has committed suicide, which prompts an investigation from Ace.
This is an obvious suicide, Mr. Pet Detective.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Lord knows there's plenty of evidence here to support your theory. Except, of course, for that spot of blood on the railing over there.
Who wants to talk about murders?
Roger Podacter went out after work. He had a few drinks and he came home. But he wasn't alone. Someone else was with him in this apartment. There was a struggle, and he was thrown over that balcony.
Well, that's a very entertaining story, but unfortunately, real detectives have to worry about that little thing called evidence.
Blood? Isn't that evidence? Oh wait, the police are experts. Never mind. So as Ace investigates ring receipts, he and Melissa have a bonding moment which tells us a little more on Ace. Afterwards, he finds out that there was one more player on the team named Ray Finkle, but wasn't added to the roster until mid-season. And apparently he was kicked off the same year, all because he missed the game-winning field goal. I mean, really? You kick out a guy just for that? I've heard guys who called out a pitcher's perfect game or a guy who throws back the home run ball more shocking than this. So they decide to celebrate by having sex. Yeah, let's speed this up.
Oh my God. 3 times?
I'm sorry. That's never happened to me before.
And this is the same guy who ended up with his own cartoon show. Try explaining that one to your kids. So he heads to Collier County, where apparently everyone takes the game far too seriously as Ray's old house is graffitied like the sewer tunnels.
Hi, I'm looking for Ray Finkle.
Oh, I really wanted to do a shotgun joke, but that's already done by Phalis. So, these are the parents of Ray Finkle, and sadly they are both crazy.
Ray ain't coming home. She expects him home any minute. The engine's running, but there's nobody behind the wheel.
They explain how they think it's Dan Marino's fault that Ray missed the kick, which is typical because their son is also crazy. Why do I say that? Well, look at his room!
Oh boy.
Much like Warcraft and the internet,
football is serious business.
So he contacts Melissa to get protection for Dan as he's obviously in serious trouble.
Ace, what's going on? Ace! Ace!
Thought I left, didn't you?
Someone's life is on the line, but it's still good to joke around. But naturally, the police are too slow, and Dan gets captured. Time for Ace to save the day.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Pet detective.
At this point in the movie, does this have anything to do with pets?
What's wrong with you? Can't you hit me?
Okay, this guy really is the inspiration for Frankie. He can catch bullets with his mouth, his hair is slicker than a cow's leg, and he's hilarious to look at. Clearly they went all out with this guy. So after losing the trail, he decides to gloat in Lois's face while doing what all detectives do, and exposits the case.
I found a rare stone at the bottom of Snowflake's tank. It belongs to a Dolphin 84 AFC Championship ring. It would have been a Super Bowl ring, but Ray Finkle missed the big kick. My guess is Finkle was snooping around, Podacter recognized him. End of story. As for Snowflake, they gave him Finkle's number, taught him how to kick a field goal. Finkle took it personally.
You've just been had by Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Congratulations. You've done some fine detective work. Ace, more than just a pet dick.
Jeez, I didn't expect her to be so horny after being wrong for once. The investigation continues as he gets Melissa to take him to the mental hospital, how ironic, to see if they can find some of Ray's stuff and... Okay, now that image I remember. It's just so stupidly funny.
Super slow mo.
Oh god. Next scene, please. I think I'm gonna burst. So after overdoing his crazy side, he finds the storage room where they keep everyone's belongings and finds Finkle's stuff. He reads a newspaper article involving a missing hiker, coincidentally named Lois Einhorn, which causes some gears to turn. We later see Emilio investigate Lois's office and learns that she was with Roger at some point. He tells Ace this, who tries to think of the answer.
What the hell does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkle? Finkle and Einhorn in it together. How? Why? Finkle and Einhorn. Let's face it, your master is a loser.
What happened to all that other stuff you did? It's now you decide to quit? Oh, but wait! The solution comes in the form of convenient dog placement.
That's it. Einhorn is Finkle. Finkle is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man!
Well, look on the bright side. At least this wasn't the first time you hit it on with a man. So he decides to follow Lois to where Dan and Snowflake are just as the Super Bowl is starting up. Naturally, the villainess plays her little mind game with her hostage without actually telling him who she really is.
Kill that dolphin. Lovely party. Pity I wasn't invited.
Okay, don't imitate Sean Connery, please.
Unconscious, exactly as I planned.
I like talking aloud and making animal noises. It makes me cool. So he knocks the two guys out and gets himself to Dan. But Lois plays the blame game by calling the police and saying that Ace was the kidnapper. Of course, with the witness being Dan, I'm sure he can just say, "Oh right, you have a gun."
There's never been a more crucial kick in a Super Bowl than the famous kick heard around the world. I mean, it's clear to me that it was a good hold. Finkle just booted it.
The license we're in!
Oh, shut it, you whore. And now we have our fight scene, and I can only say, it's funny. Hey, Dan? The police are here. Could you maybe yell out, "She's the kidnapper"? Hello? Useless hostage.
Shut up! Shut up!
Hold your fire! Don't shoot!
For the love of comedy, Dan, speak up! Stop these idiots from making this more complicated than it has to! So finally, Ace gets down to explaining how Lois is really Ray and how he turned himself into a woman in order to fulfill his plans. However, Ace has trouble finding such proof, resorting to more revealing measures.
Big ol' Mr. Kanish! Mr. Marino has just brought some new evidence to my attention. Now, if the lieutenant is indeed a woman, as she claims to be, then, my friend, she is suffering from the worst case of hemorrhoids I have ever seen!
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
He found Captain Winky! Damn you, Captain Winky!
Bleach! I need bleach! I need something for my mind! Lois tries to kill Ace, but thankfully he traps her into the water. And with that, everyone returns to the stadium for the rest of the game. Ace gets it on with Melissa, and it all ends with probably the most expected gag in the world, mascot fight.
You just cost me 25 grand, Polly.
Yeah? Blow me.
Great humanitarian and a lover of all animals, Mr. Ace Ventura!
So that's Ace Ventura. It was funny. What more can be said? The plot is silly as hell. Ace is the only real character to stand out as a memorable character. The jokes tend to be hit and miss, but it's still one of those movies you can find yourself enjoying. Jim Carrey's performance really makes the characters shine, and it's just fun watching him act the way he does. But like with any comedy film, not everyone will find this humorous. But still, give this one a watch. You might be surprised. Well, that's all for now. I'm the Media Hunter, bringing home movies straight from the wild. And if you'll excuse me, I need to sanitize my bed. Oh, quiet!
I know all there is to know about the crying game. I've had my share.
Hey! That's why quadripedactor is dead. He found Captain Winky.